After 30 years of diplomatic relations, cooperation between Ukraine and Japan is moving to a new stage, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy said. During a visit to Kyiv by Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, the parties signed a bilateral agreement on global cooperation.
Ключове питання, яке ми обговорили, це безпека.
The key issue we discussed is security. I thanked Fumio for supporting Ukraine, economic, political, sanctions and humanitarian. Each package of Japanese support for our state is an investment in the international order. Japan is the clear leader in Asia in defending these fundamental principles. We agreed on a dialogue regarding the expansion of cooperation on security, discussed further sanction pressure on Russia for aggression. Japan has applied 18 packages of sanctions against the Russian Federation, and new sanction packages should continue this path of restoring global security.
This is Fumio Kishida's first visit to Ukraine as Prime Minister, but as Foreign Minister earlier he visited the country twice.
I wanted to visit Ukraine ahead of the G7 summit to speak directly with President Volodymyr Zelenskyy and express Japan's unwavering solidarity. For Japan, as a country that was atomic bombed during the war, Russian threats with nuclear weapons are unacceptable. At the G7 summit in May, we would like to demonstrate the determination of the G7 to defend an international order based on the rule of law. We also want to move decisively to address the food problem and other issues facing the international community as a result of Russian aggression.
According to the Japanese media, Kishida's visits to Ukraine and Xi's visits to Russia highlights the deep divisions in Northeast Asia regarding the Russian-Ukrainian war.
It was a question of reputation, including a question of prestige, to show itself as a liberal, democratic country that shows understanding and assistance to a country that has suffered from an aggression. The visit is important for Japan, of course, for us in the same way, because this is a chance for us to convey our position, to convey how we see this war, how we regard and interpret this war, because Russian propaganda against Asia is working very actively, promotes its own narratives, its own stereotypes. It is important for us, after all, to convey our point of view to the Japanese leadership, although we can be sure of Japan's support.
Beijing condemned Kishida's visit to Ukraine. This was stated by the representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China.
The international community must stay on the right track in encouraging peace talks and creating the conditions for a political solution to the crisis in Ukraine. I hope that Japan will do everything possible to alleviate the situation and not vice versa. Wang Wenbin, official representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the People's Republic of China, from a post on the department's website.
Earlier, during a joint press conference with the German Chancellor, the Japanese Prime Minister made clear Tokyo's position.
The ICC has announced that it has issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Putin, and ICC prosecutor Karim Khan has stated that this is the first concrete step in an ongoing investigation. Our country will continue to monitor the progress of this investigation with great interest.
Japan has one of the world's strictest approaches to export of weapons. Defense companies and government agencies are prohibited from exporting or transferring military equipment to other countries. After February 24, 2022, the Japanese government made changes to its own procedures. As a result, non-lethal equipment and machinery were delivered to Ukraine, in particular reconnaissance drones, helmets, body armor. The move was unprecedented in modern Japanese history. Reported by Roman Smoler, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.